Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Autism is My Power. And today I have a special surprise for you guys. I'm going to teach you guys how you can tell if someone has autism even if they're masking. Now first, what is autistic masking? Well, autistic masking is basically how it sounds. They're masking their autism. They're not showing the obvious signs. Like, for example, a person who's masking, they're not going to be acting like how I'm acting like now. In fact, they may speak more like a regular person. Like, let's do this scenario, for example. If somebody says, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And the person autism masking may be like, "Oh, I'm doing fine, bro. Yeah." It's gonna be like that. When really, somebody with an autism probably say, "Oh, I'm doing fine. Yeah." Keep in mind, autism masking is mostly with women, but men are known to do it as well. Usually 96% of people who have diagnosed with autism has basically been masking at one point in their lives. So what else, how else can you tell if someone has autism even if they're autistic masking then? Step one, are they saying repeated phrasing a lot? Like, for example, when you see an person that's autistic masking, let's do this example. "Hey, my name is Bryson. How are you?" "Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing really good." "Okay. And let's say you say the same thing tomorrow. "Hey, bro, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing really good. How about you?" And then the third day, "So, hey man, how you doing?" "I'm doing really good." Like just really good. Notice how they're saying the same phrase every single day, every time you're speaking to them. And I'm guilty of this as well. I even do this to this day. Even at my church when they say, "Hey Bryson, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm always doing good, sir. How are you?" I mean, that sounds so common, but if they say it all the time, that could be a sign of autistic masking. Step two, are they mainly letting you speak? Here's like an example. You said you're talking about your favorite anime, game, your favorite sport or whatever. And if you notice that person's autistic masking, just shaking their head like a green light, "Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I like that." Are they not adding anything to the conversation? That could also be a sign of autistic masking, but this can also go the reverse. They can not shut up about one thing. Like, I know if you talk to me, about Courage Coward Dog, I can probably go on for like 15 straight minutes. And that's odd because most back and forth conversations usually have like some mutual respect. Like, some person may speak like for about 10 seconds, then the other person speaks for 10 seconds. But in autism masking, it can be the opposite. It can be you basically carrying the conversation, or it can be them carrying the conversation. Just try to notice that. Step three, is the person with autistic masking mimicking your facial gestures or even your gestures in general? Here's like an example. Say you're all upbeat and excited. They may get upbeat and excited too just to match your energy. Like they'll say, "Man, I love LeBron James, man. He's awesome." Or Jimmy Bucket. And they'll be like, "Yeah, I like him too." They'll mimic it just like that. And also they may mimic certain hand gestures as well. Like, "All right, bro, you take care." And they may do the same thing with a thumbs up, like, "Okay, you take care as well." I'm guilty of this as well. I have to mimic people because I have to wire myself to think what's normal. Or they be like, they like to basically give you a hug or something. You may also do that. Now, to be fair, some autistic people don't like to be touched. I was like that as well, but some people with autistic masking get used to that and they just endure it just to feel normal because, we people with autism can be very lonely and we want to basically be with people too. Step four, does the person with autistic masking sometimes, feels like they checked out the conversation? Here's what I mean by that. You're having a good time speaking to them like for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden the autistic person just not saying anything as much. Like, and then they may even get irritated, maybe like, yeah, like that. And then eventually they get annoyed and they say, "Well, man, it was nice talking to you. I really gotta go." That's usually the autistic person being basically too overwhelmed, too overstimulated. I know I get like that sometimes too, but I'm trying to learn. But people autistic masking, to be fair, such as myself, can basically act like they can stay with you forever. But some people autistic masking can't really help themselves and they have to check out the conversation. Step five, You may notice sometimes a person with autism masking keeps the same monotone. I bet if you guys look at my video, I keep pretty much the same monotone in every video. Like, and to be fair, some YouTubers do this as well, but yeah, a person with autistic masking will keep the exact same monotone, I would say 90% of the time. You know, other people who don't have autism, they have different emotions, different tones. Like, you can be mad, like, man, I don't like this. Or, bruh, let's do this. But a person with autistic masking, yeah, sometimes I can try to match that energy, but you'll notice if somebody say, bro, let's do this, and it's like, yeah, bro, let's do this. And they'll keep that same kind of tone throughout. And here's a bonus for this point. Some autistic people will speak too softly or too loud. I know I'm on the loud category. But if you hear an autistic person talking to you and they speak this low, kind of like this, or they speak too loud like this, they can't control their volume, then that can be also a sign that they have autism. Step 6. Now, okay, let's do this scenario. You're at a party, right? You invited this autistic person that's masking to a party. And at first, they seem like they're the life of the party, right? They're partying, getting drunk maybe, or saying the most stuff, dancing. But like 2 hours later, you realize that, wait a minute, where'd they go? And you see them at a corner, just on their phone or something. Now you may think like, okay, maybe they're just exhausted or something. This kind of goes on with my third point with autistic masking, with basically they seem checked out or overstimulated, basically. And you may think like, but they was just a party animal. And I noticed because I was like that as well. I can be the life of the party and just basically just be like everybody's friend and tell everybody the party and do all this stuff. But honestly, like after like a few, like 30 minutes to an hour, I'm checked out. I'm just like to myself and don't want to deal with nobody. Heck, sometimes I may even say, oh, I got an emergency. I really have to go. So that can be another sign as well. Step 7, poor eye contact. Yeah, an autistic person with autistic masking, you may think they may be shy. Like if they do this, like you speak to them like, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah. Or they may be like, how you doing? And I'm doing fine. How about you? Yeah. Like a person with autistic masking can have very poor eye contact. You know, don't get me wrong. That's not everybody. That used to be me, but I have great eye contact now. But keep that in mind. They may shift their eyes like this, and or they won't be paying attention to the conversation. Just keep that in mind. And lastly, step 8. Say you're friends with this autistic person. Everything's so well and you still don't know they don't have autism. Well, here's a big sign right here. They don't text you or talk to you as often, and they're not the one to engage in conversation. Don't get me wrong. Now, this is autistic masking. All of this is hard to detect. I'm known for this as well. But some people with autistic masking, they will not be the first ones to engage in a conversation. Heck, someone may just walk past you and you may have to be like, hey, bro, how you doing? They may be like, oh, I'm doing good. How about you? I just didn't see you there. Yeah, because usually with people who are doing autistic masking, they don't really engage and they're not the first ones to speak whatsoever. Like, here's like another example with myself. When I'm at my church where people walking past people, I don't say hardly anything to them sometimes. Now, with people I know, I'll be like, hey, how you doing? But they'll be like, oh, hey, I'm doing great. Yeah, how about yourself? And then I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing good. But I do that like every single time I meet them. So keep that in mind, basically. If you're friends with an autistic person, just notice if they ever start the conversation with you or not. Now, full disclosure before I end the video, autistic masking is very, very hard to detect. I'm telling you that right now. People did not know I had autism in my class unless I told them I had it. But then most people think like, oh, you're such a normal guy. You're the life of the party. Like, you're awesome. I would never have guessed you had autism. So, and all these signs that I told you, I mask these very well, and other people who have autism can mask these as well. But everybody has cracks in their armor. Try to detect these signs. Don't use it as a diagnosis for people. I'm not a psychiatrist yet. So, but this is just signs that I notice when people have autism. And also keep in mind, people with borderline personality disorder can have similar signs, but they're not, but it's not the same. So take this video with a grain of salt. But yeah, that's how I detected people with autism as well. And usually when I detect these things, I'm usually correct, I would say about 70% of the time because, well, I have autism. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.